What's going on, gentlemen? Hopefully you're having a good day. We're doing something a little different. Getting a little better with my switching. Well, I want to talk to you guys today. Be sure to subscribe and yes, support the stream with that super chat action. I want to talk about the life of an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurial life and the keys to making money with your business and the truth about startups. We had a little chit chat in the comments and I'm still waiting for an answer from this person. It's been 9 hours. I don't think I'm going to get one because I asked for some receipts. It's kind of funny. You know, you guys ask me for receipts. Will this work? What's your expertise? What's your background? I provided. You know, that's a two-way street, because if you just come on here talking some yin yang, some chit chat, about what you're doing, I'm going to ask you, and it shouldn't be that hard to send a link to a website where I can audit it. And I'm going to take it to a serious audit. So with that in mind, there are many people who have these opinions that you can start a business from scratch with no experience, little to no money, and make big money. I totally 100% disagree with that assertion, and I'm going to tell you why. I had the desire, I had the hunger, I had the drive. I wanted to make some money, but I did not have the juice. I didn't have the ingredients. I didn't have, that's a lot of stuff I just didn't have. And it just didn't work out. And let's go ahead and get to some other salient points. It is something that like 90% of businesses fail the first year. Let's take that and unpack it. Let's look at that. So if 90% of businesses fail the first year, then that makes this, I could start a business with no experience, no money, scale it up very fast and make a lot of money, seem very, very unlikely. This is a statistical fact. You could look it up. So this doesn't make any sense. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, why are there so many people who keep saying this? And on Disruptive Mail, I had a stream about the grind. I've gotten a lot of good feedback about that. Check it out. It's at Disruptive Mail. It's the last video. And I'm sitting here trying to think, why do so many people have this thought process, dream, and hope? Then I thought, let's not look at the comments. Let's not look at whether it's right or wrong. Let's look at people. People often don't change unless there's some pain involved or they have a aha moment. They usually do not change. I did not change my dietary habits until I couldn't sleep at night, waking up wheezing and choking. So for me to start doing the 2-a-days, for me to cut way back on the carbs, for me to change my diet, I had to experience pain. So I don't think that I'm dissimilar from many of you. I don't think that I'm very different. I think that most of us are in this boat. So here you are, you have a job, you ain't balling out, but you're comfortable. You're making some money, you can go on vacation, you can do all these things. Where's the drive? Where's the motivation for you to put in an insane amount of hours, for you to burn the candle at both ends, for you to work your tuchus off? Where's that motivation coming from? People don't change. I had this conversation in Disruptive Mail Facebook group, and I was like, look, understand, you've been through some pain, understand. But if 90% of your focus is on getting women, then that means 10% of your focus is on your other life. And I was like, look at where your attention is where your money is. And if your attention is on getting women, you ain't building a business. You're not out here grinding. And part of that with these comments, you know, I'm very busy, legitimately busy. I don't say that just to be playing around. And I don't really get into it because I had another person with the Hotep Nation who wanted, I mean, he was dropping paragraphs. I just deleted them. I don't have time to go back and forth with you over some I know not to be true. I know not to be effective. I know not to be powerful. But, you know, people still want to do it because people have not changed. People are all about what they know and what they feel. If a Martian came down with facts about this and that, we would try to kill that Martian because that Martian is messing up our dream and messing with our emotions. We're like, mm-mm. Nah, 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 nah. This is how I feel. This is what I know. This is what I want. I'm not listening to you, Mr. Martian. And you can tuck that green tail wherever you need to tuck it. So I'm about to give you the entrepreneur life, and I'm about to give you some lessons that I had to learn the hard way. Right now, it's funny because, people don't watch all my videos, and I know there's a lot of videos. Remember when I said I was going to do real estate? And remember what I said? I'm being mentored by my boy John, Mr. Vasectomy, who's been doing high-end real estate for years in this area. And you know what he told me? He said, when you get a deal and you feel that it's kind of funky, say you're going to send your team an appraiser and an inspector and see if they run. If they stop communication, that means there's a lien on the building, there's something wrong, and they're just trying to get money out of you. Now, this is someone who makes $3 million a year from his job and makes millions more doing high-end real estate. One of the things that I have not done with John is I have not challenged him. I've seen him do this. You're the teacher, I'm the student. That's a problem for many people. Many people would not listen to someone, even though this person, you've seen them do it. You can be like, but I know because I feel, because I want to be in the conversation. I want to actually sound like I know something. Like I told John, it's like, I'm stupid here. I don't know anything. Tell me what to do. And that's what I did. Dude's got, 15 to maybe 20 years experience. So that's what I'm doing. And that leads to the next point. When someone who gives you good advice, because let's say John was not who he is. And he's like, well, before you do a property, you need to get an appraiser, you need to get an inspector. A lot of investors don't do this because they ballpark it and they eyeball it. And this is how they end up losing a lot of money. Just facts. But let's get into these keys. And once again, y'all can super chat that. All right. Yes, I have some writing on the board already. The entrepreneur life. Now, I'm out here. Now, I got a deal that I signed some papers, so we're going to see how that go. Because I presented the contract, and now I'm waiting on them to get back to me. Also, I was working on the T-shirts, and let me tell you about that. I had an artist. I thought I had a T-shirt printer. So when I send this image to the printer, and it's like, I want it to look exactly like this. He said, oh, we can't do that. And that's probably because I'm a very demanding customer. That kind of happened last time. So he probably just declined not to work with me, which is cool. He referred me out to someone else. Then I did a stream this morning. Then I went and looked at 5 properties. I recorded 3 sessions of Talk Dirty to Me. They're not posted. What I'm going to do is just kind of post a big group on 1 day a week or 2 days a week and then send out an announcement. This wasn't a workout day. I've been going pretty much since 6 o'clock this morning. Now, this is the entrepreneur life. There are many people who want to start a business, so they can have more time. They want to start a business so they can have some more money. And all of these things are possible once your business matures. Going back to the comment that, weeks or months. I just don't see it. I mean, if you, and let me flip this real quick. If you're one of those people that has started a business in a few weeks or a few months and you scaled it to beyond livable income, because the comment was worded very tongue-in-cheek that, you can scale up a few weeks and change your life, which I agree, which I talked about in that stream. What's the first mandate? Everybody needs a business or a side hustle. where you're going to make minimum of 4 figures a month. A lot of people, an extra $1,000 a month is the difference between eating and not eating. That changes your life. I've been talking about that for years. Now I'm talking about getting you in that 99.9%. Net worths 1.5 million up to 5 million. You ain't going to scale that in a matter of weeks or months. It's not going to happen. So I asked for clarification 10 hours ago. No response. Because I asked for receipts. I was like, if you've done this, show me. Send me a copy of your website. Show me. Tell me what you're doing. No response. Silence. Silence. You know, like Martin. Silence. Sometimes I think people just put comments in the comment section just to hear themselves, whether it's true or not. That's my opinion. All right. Well, let's get into these keys. All right. So this is what has helped me. And we're going to highlight this. Tenacity. I think this is one of the most important skill sets or attributes that you need as an entrepreneur. And this is just another word for hard-headed. Stubborn. You're going to stick with something. I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care how crazy it gets. You're going to stick with it. The second most important attribute I think you need is endurance. Going back to my point of this isn't going to happen overnight. One of the things I've seen with very bright and smart people is they have no endurance. You know, it's like someone who is in shape, but they don't work out. So when you take them on a long walk or they try to run, then they can't even run half a mile. They look good, but they have no endurance. Endurance is going to be, if you had to only pick 2 of the 5, I would say tenacity and endurance. One, my day started at 6. It's what, 7:30? I'm still going. You'll need endurance. Now, hustle is a different thing. Hustle is having strategies, procedures, and ways to deal with situations. That's hustling. It's not like taking advantage of somebody. And then drive. What is it that drives you? You got to have drives. And then 5 is goals. Now, what used to be in my life, goals were number 1. Goals are number 5 now, because with the tenacity, that comes with stuff that you're deeply interested in, not necessarily passionate about it. How many of you guys are passionate about getting women? You're not really passionate about getting women, but you're deeply interested in getting women. Now, why are you deeply interested in getting women? Because there's a payoff. If you get with women, you're going to get companionship. You're going to get sex. There's a big and tangible payoff if you can do that. Endurance. Endurance is, like I said, I was like, because there's been some other deals that we never even got to the table because someone beat me to them. But the endurance is every day I got to get up and every day I got to show up. There is no days that I can like, well, I'm going to call it in. And this is really, really important when you are not getting results, because what's going to happen is if you become I did this, so I need to yield a result, you're going to train yourself for some very bad habits. You're going to train yourself that for short-term gratification. It's like if there's no short-term gratification in it, I'm not doing it. And you're going to miss out on some bigger deals. And drive, what is it, that intangible quirk that is in you that drives you to do what you do? So if you put 1, 2, 3, and 4 together with 5, woo! You can move some stuff. You can change some stuff. I want you to really think about this, like the example I used with the Koch brothers yesterday. These dudes spent $216 million to create a movement that has yielded not a result, but many results. As someone said in the comments, the Koch brothers low-key run America. That's a hell of a result. But did this happen in 1 year? Nope. 2 years? Nope. 3 years? Nope. 4 years? Nope. 5? No. And these guys were old when they started this. I think they're like 80 and 90 years old. So they started this in their 80s. But they still knew that it was going to take some time. And they kept spending money to build a machine that got the results. So you had tenacity there, you had endurance, you had hustle, you had drive, and you had goals. I want you to look at everyone that Elon Musk. Tenacity, endurance, hustle, drive, and goals. So to me, these are the most critical and important sets of anyone's success. So you have that. Now, let's just break it to the real. I don't think everyone is cut out for the entrepreneur life. I used to think we could train people. I think most people are cut out for the hustle life. But to be a real entrepreneur, to be this kind of crazy person who is happy doing stuff, who's happy chasing dreams, who's happy putting deals together, who's happy. I don't think most people have that in them. I think most people need that, but they don't have. And that's what you need. That's what you want. That's what you have. But I do believe we can get a bunch of hustlers. I do believe we can get a bunch of people earning 4 figures, 5 figures per month. 6 figures per month, that's going to be hard. 7 figures per month, that's going to be very, very hard. Because if you just get to 6 figures a month, you're past the 9.9%. You've moved up to the point, let's say 0.9%. You're in that 1% on the other side. So those are some things you have to look at. You have so many people, and let's see, I have faith in you guys if you have the right information. One of the problems is there's a lot of noise out here. There's many people saying you can have it overnight because that's going to talk to your hindbrain. That's going to get you all gassed up. That's going to get you motivated. That's going to get you to spend money. But it don't work. It just doesn't work. Now, how do you deploy these skill sets? First of all, let's see. Tenacity is not something that I can give you. I can't say, here's a bottle of tenacity, take 2 pills and go for it. What I believe has to happen is you're going to have a moment in your life. Some's going to happen in your life that's going to change you on that spiritual, emotional level where you become different. It could be the death of somebody. It can be an illness. It can be you could see something's got to happen for you to cross over the other side, because it's very hard for someone who is comfortable and happy to do that. So the tenacity. Now the endurance is something you can build. Just show up and keep trying. Just show up, keep trying. Hustle, something you can build. Drive, don't know about that. I really don't know, because I think tenacity and drive come from the same place. They're 2 different things. Tenacity is I'm not going to give up. I'm going to stick with it. I'm mule-headed. I'm hard-headed. And hustle, well, drive is whatever that thing is in you that makes you get up day after day after day after day and perform. That's drive. And I think, like I said, tenacity and drive comes there, and goals are pretty easy. Anyone can write down a goal. When I wanted to write my first book, it was a goal. I wrote it down. I didn't have tenacity. I didn't have endurance. I didn't have hustle. I didn't have drive. Second time, I had endurance. and a little tenacity, but no goals. And then the third time, tenacity, endurance, hustle, drive, and goals. So you can develop these skill sets as you go through your life. So that's part of it. And pinpoint accuracy, you knew who the fuck I was talking about, right? See, this is one of the things that drives me crazy. I have a speech impediment, and I've talked about this for years, and people want to correct me because it makes them feel good. That's all I'm going to say on that. But you knew who the fuck I was talking about, so the message got through. Courtesy of the Cranky Hustler. All right, so let's go here. Truth be told, that is too much to get into in this stream. You're going to have to scratch some pennies together and get the child support course. What's up, Al Gordon, Michael Watney, Radiance? What's up, Johnny Walden, Mentor? What's up, Raquel? What's up, Von B? King Sneed, welcome. King Sheed. Ganja, you're right. I wanted to get women. I'm mentally reconditioning myself to focus on money. I would treat women as a third. Women should be fourth, man. Women should be fourth. Man, well, part of this thing that's happening, Sora the Great, is when you have a group that is struggling to get where it wants to go, they need to recruit people. And they've been trying to recruit me for years because I'm on that money tip. The civil rights movement, I said this yesterday, they had A.G. Gaston, all these brothers with money that was writing checks. The Nation of Islam, they were writing checks. Hotep people, there ain't nobody writing checks. That's why it's not going anywhere. What's up, Johnny? Mentor Shelley. I have motivation because I see my father and how he had the retire for consumer finances. He got sick. I wanted to make sure I can help him and carve out a better economic life. That's what I'm talking about. You got to see some. Eric Williams, I know because I feel current people in America. What's up, Christian? Johnny? Jim K, would you say hustle in concept is different from flexibility? Very much so. Flexibility is mean you're malleable, you can change your mind. Hustle, you got a purpose. You working on something. What's up, Amar? E. Hawthorne. Whoa. Gee, I don't know what to do. I want to start a side hustle by mowing lawns, but I don't have a truck. Should I sell my car and get the one to save up for it? Thanks for the $5 super chat. E. Hawthorne, don't sell your car. Get yourself a lawnmower that folds up and just get started. That's the hardest part. What's up, Ganja? Kenny T, thanks for the $20 super chat. No, I just get tired of that because if you knew what I meant, then the message was delivered. That's just, so distasteful. No, I'm not back. E. Hawthorne, appreciate you. Loving that 30 days to 2,500. God, your hotels are indeed writing something. It's called complaints. I love that, man. That's beautiful. Thank you. TMJ Industries, you got to go ahead and get the LLC, the Millionaire Blue Toolkit. One of the things I'm going to stop doing, and it's not because I don't want to do it, is y'all just don't act on free advice. I could sit here and go for each step, and a handful of people will act, and the rest of the people be like, well, the game ain't really nothing, since he just gave it to me for free. I ain't even work on it. I mean, if it's free, it ain't really worth nothing. What's up, Kenny T? Kevin, you mean I'm not here for the dumbest shit hustler in the building? E. Hawthorne, I got one already, got first client. Yeah, the first thing you need to do is get a client. Do not worry about if you don't have a truck. If you got a car, get you a lawnmower with a folding handle, put it in your trunk, and just start hustling, start getting money. Because this is the thing. Once you get started, doors start opening. How many times have we seen this story of a guy who wanted to get to work on time and walk 7 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, and if someone hears his story and it's like, this dude's serious, I'm going to give him a car. We're seeing that all over social media because you have so many people who will not even try. They won't even try because they're so afraid of failure or not getting it. I've gotten rejected like 3 or 4 times this week. It don't feel good. But you know what? Keep going because someone's going to say yes. Sooner or later, someone's going to say yes. But people don't want to deal with that rejection because they take the rejection so personally. Don't take it so personal. What's up, Tim A? All right. So a big part of this mindset is realizing what you have in your life that is good and wanting to add to it. Most people look at their life as, I don't have this, I don't have that, my life sucks, I have my health, I have people who care and love me, I have a wonderful home, I have a lot of things to be thankful for. So when I go through the list of the stuff that I have, when I get a rejection, it doesn't sting as much. But if I just take all the good things I have for granted, yeah, it would suck. So, do this. Write up a list of everything that's wonderful and good in your life. And I don't care if you're in the projects, there's something. Jim Cal, you got nothing to lose by trying? Gunja, I got rejected by 2 potential clients on my service business. Understand the way that the game is, and this is where tenacity comes back into it. If my thing would move up. More people are going to say no than they're going to say yes. So if you have this understanding that, okay, most of the people that I talk to are going to say no, are going to be hard to convince. If you go in with that mindset, when it happens, you're not like, shocked. And then when you get a yes, the yeses become so much sweeter. They become so nice. You'd be like, there we go. That's what I wanted. Sense of reality, YouTube wants me to get an EIN to get AdSense. Should I create a holding company or should I make an LLC? Nice try. I ain't doing that no more. It's actually in a lot of videos because you've been around a long time. Just go back through some of these videos. Been the bartender? Yes, I do. I don't take you guys for granted. That's why, I will come on here and do these live streams. I will do free stuff. Good Lord. All right, let's talk about this. This has been something that's happened my whole life. I have a speech impediment. I mispronounce words all of the time. I send out emails with typos, and people come in, and it's like, pronounce it this way, pronounce it that way. Now, I probably haven't said this in a while, and people don't know this. I've just gotten over it. I made a mistake. I mispronounced a word. I'm just going to keep going and keep going because once in my life, because of this condition, I didn't speak that much. I ain't saying that much. I ain't asking anybody for anything. I ain't put on the offers. I used to be so quiet. Closed mouth does not get fed. So take this as an example. I'm going to fuck up some more. I'm going to mispronounce some more words. And you know what? I've actually gotten paid for public speaking. That cracks me up. And I was mispronouncing words during the speech and stuff, but nobody seemed to really care. See, that's one of the things that if you can get out of this stream is if you're providing value, most people are not going to care if you make a mistake or misspell a word, but some will care. And fine, you know, if you're not going to work with me because I mispronounced the Koch brothers, all right, cool. Oh, speaking of that, let me show you something. Hold on a second. All right. I'm just going to put this up here on the screen. I got so excited, I forgot to turn the volume on. All right. So what I'm going to say again is look at your boy. The U.S. housing market is headed for its worst slowdown in years. Now, one of the things, this is not a local market only. There was a real estate guy. He's here on YouTube. He laid off 6 people this month. You got mortgage people talking about it's slow. So what's going to happen is Lowe's, Home Depot, they're not going to sell as much. People are not going to hire in construction. Now, understand, in some markets, the building and stuff is just going to keep on. I don't care how bad the recession gets. But make no bones about it. It's coming. And if you're not prepared, you can't say nobody told you. I've been talking about this for about 12 months in an effort. And this year, I've been really working on getting folks shaped up because this is something that you can win. You can get richer. Or if you ain't rich, you can get rich during this recession. There are people with billions of dollars who are waiting for this meltdown. Why? So they can buy stuff cheap. They can get stock on sale. They can get houses cheaper. I mean, this is what goes on. So, just saying, just put that in your bonnet. All right. make sure that I get back in there. It'll come back. Let's see. Let's go back. Cash and clutter only takes a few years to make a profit. I learned that in my second week. Property Solutions ATL. When I was being trained on selling insurance, we were taught that if you didn't get 20 no responses a day, you're not trying. Wow. I don't know. Out for presidents. Eric Wood is missing the forest for the trees. People will toss out their whole message for a few misspellings. It happens, you know, and I ain't going to be mad. I ain't going to cuss anyone else out. But for those of you who've been here for 9 years, you know that I am more right than I am wrong. Yeah, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I make a mistake. Maybe sometimes I call stuff the wrong way. But my track record speaks for itself. Amazon. I was like 3 years ahead of that. Oh, Amazon ain't going to do none of that. Go to an Amazon forum right now and see what you see. A lot of people couldn't make it. Mentor Shelley, people focus on the minor instead of the major value you voluntarily provide. Thank you, Mentor Shelley. Ganja, I need to get more rejections to get more sales. Should I throw a party for every 100? I mean, you got to treat it as a game. Like, okay, the real estate thing, I want to do it, but I don't have to do it. Meaning that, you know, I've got my other businesses. It's just, you know, when I was talking to John, because I was trying to get him on camera to talk about his vasectomy story, and he was like, no, I ain't going to do that, man. But, you know, if you want me to mentor you on some real estate, and that's how that happened. Speaking of those brothers, thanks for mentioning Black Lives Matter in the last stream. Many people don't know it's being funded by an old white guy, George Soros. Since I used to be a professional fundraiser, it took me years to get used to rejections. Now they don't faze me. Just learn from rejections to take them as an opportunity to become better. That's pretty much what it is. Hold on. Jerome Jones, thanks for the advice on the lawn care service. I was wearing uniform and cut my mom's grass. I got a couple of customers, not $1,000, not now $1,000, but every month it gets closer and closer. Because we talked about that for the lawn care service. I mean, how many people you see cutting grass wear uniforms? You always see the guys in the uniforms working for the bigger lawn service companies. Chinese selling in California is freaking them out. What are they selling? Whoa, Mattel is laying off, Tim A. I did not know that. Domino effect. D Nice, thanks for the $25 super chat. All right, Ganja, appreciate it. One Man's Way, do you have any tips for night shift workers in service business hustle? I get burnt out, but online I can't figure it out. I just spent $5K on the mentor who taught me sales and marketing, then told me to mow lawns. All right, I got a question for you, One Man's Way. Thanks for the $30 super chat. What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do? What's your goal? Or better yet, you know, because sometimes that's a hard question for people to answer. How do you want to be living your life 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and 20 years from now? A new apartment, a new wing of my rehabilitation center going up like crazy. Oh, yeah. There is a $1 billion development here. There's 5 that's just outside the perimeter. They've been building like crazy. And I was talking to another real estate gate, and he said rents were flattening out, which means there's oversaturation. What's up? Let's see. Wow, Maurice. Since reality, here's some game for y'all. Don't leave after the rejection. Try and do 2 to 4 more efforts to succeed. Most of my sales were after the first rejection. Man, if I had some cookies or a gold star, I would give it to you. I want you to think about this. We've talked about this in Disruptive Mail. Like when she kind of flakes or something like this. We talked about this. But sometimes if you just like, come on, man, they may go for it. You never know. So that's a very good point. Apartments are going up everywhere, but a lot of them are empty, tight single family house market here in Austin. Oh yeah, yep, they do. Eric Williams, look for an article on Chinese selling off single family homes, which is freaking out realtors who've been selling them for years. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Because I want you to think about this. These tariffs that Trump's working against China, they're hurting China. They're hurting us, but they're also hurting China. And I wonder, because I haven't done any research on this, I'm wondering where China is economically. Are they in the recession, or are they? Because essentially, we go in the recession, they go in the recession. They might be in the recession already, but I haven't researched that, so I can't say. The hectors, the sweat equity is real. Yes, it is. Jamal, the rent's too damn high. If housing crashes again, would that lead to even a... No. You got to understand. When housing crashes and people who don't buy houses and they start moving to apartments, they still have to absorb. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I know they're not full. It'll probably take some years for them to get a high occupancy rate. Could be one man's way. Brent C, have you seen? This is what I'm talking about, man. Have you seen the new apartments on Roswell and Hammond? $1,500 for 1 bedroom and $2,000 for 2 bedroom. Welcome to my neighborhood. I mean, my old apartment was $1,100 for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 bedroom. That same apartment is $1,900 now. Same apartment. One man's way. China's mainland is screwed. Their coastal cities is the only thing holding them afloat. Wow. China is worse off than us right now. Because that would make sense, because a lot of these people be selling these houses, getting that money and taking it back to China. All right, one man's way. What do you want to what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life, man? See, this is my day off. I didn't have to work out. I didn't have to do those 2 days, because that's something that I'm really stroking into, and I'm probably gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on Disruptive Mail. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna talk about the process, because I've reduced my weights and I've upped my reps, and this shit is killing me. Let's see. Waiting for some questions to come through. Okay. One man's way. I want to have money to help others. No problem. Okay. What you got to do is get more concrete on your goal. And let's see. Where's that video? Hold on a second. Let me find it. YouTube. Because this will be very helpful for you. Because it should be easy to find, since I'm not doing videos like 2 and 3 a day like I was. Hold on a second. All right. Let's see. It was before the recession talks. Let's see. All right. All right. I'm looking for it. I'll know it when I see it. Come on, come on. I'm going to close some of these windows. All right, here we go. Good Lord. I think okay. I think it's this one. And it should lead you to some more. I need to do a better job of putting these together. So this link's for one man. Eric Williams, because of your economic position, would you pay for your kids to go to college? No, I would not. Since we're out of China, it's not worse off than us, but they would be when they're in a recession. China has a demographic problem from the one-child policy. Oh, man, don't they? You got all these men who they can't find wives, all these lonely Chinese men. That's a real problem. I want to help my veterans out. Okay, you're going to have to get way, way more focused. I kind of see your problem. Eric Williams, what do you see happening to many of these startup companies? Carnage! Blood in the streets because they ain't selling nothing. I see blood in the streets. Erica Williams, would you encourage someone in e-commerce getting a small warehouse instead of working with Amazon? Absolutely. With this thing with Amazon, okay. I'm going to show you one company. And this might be, this is an e-commerce business. And it was started by veterans. Okay. Black Rifle Coffee. Now, I was doing a little bit of research on their business. So this apparel, right? They do all of their own printing and everything. And they're selling like, let me show y'all something. Go to here. And this is a tool you can use to find out how much traffic a website's getting. If the website's getting like 5,000, maybe 10,000 hits, nothing's going to show up. They have to be getting substantial traffic for anything to pop up in here. So they're getting about, that's interesting, getting a lot of hits. This company employs a lot of people. So if you want to start an e-commerce business, and this is something that you could start off small, pick what you want to do. You want to sell coffee? Start selling coffee, but start small and figure out, because this video, the best way to be in business is to be in business. And what that means is when you're in business, you're going to start seeing things that you would not see if you were still in the quote startup phase or research and development. because you're in business. So that must be a big part of that. All right, so let me get rid of all that. But I think they were printing up like 400 shirts a day. They were selling them. So that's pretty strong. It's very, very strong. Your friend. Oh, there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of carnage in the streets, man. Eric Williams, there are articles saying Chinese men are going south for bribes. Many South Korean men going to the Philippines, and some murderers started going up in the past 3 years. Not surprised. Me neither, Ganja. A lot of people are leaving Atlanta. I don't know what the net gain is. It used to be we had 10,000 new people and 4,000 left a month. So we had a net gain of 6,000 people, but I don't know. Brent C, yes, don't do it. It's a gank. All right, Ben, you want to start to sell bartending courses? General Motors Maven unveils Airbnb style way for owners to rent out cars. You know, call me crazy, but there's no way I'm renting out my car. But then again, I'm not desperate for money. If situation changed, who knows what I would do. Rockstone, the Chinese are increasing consumer lending at a higher pace than GDP growth because of the difficulty of finding laborers. Oh yeah, they want that middle class lifestyle, boy. Yeah, I used to, work 12 hours a day for $5 a day. Now I need $25. And it's just gonna keep going. Wow. AJ Davenport, should I quit my post office job to go work in the oil fields here? That's a decision you're going to have to make. Texas didn't really experience a recession like the rest of the country, but there's a lot of considerations there, like how long you work there, you close to getting your pension. I don't know. Eric Williams will think recession folks will return back to home states because closer to family, cheaper daycare, and working remote. I could see that. I could definitely see that because this recession is going to be very unlike any other recession because right now the unemployment rate is like 4 point something percent. It's very low, but they count part-time jobs in the jobs report. Let me make sure that I'm 100% on that. Because they didn't used to do that. Nobody's even looking this up. And the jobs number. Yep. This includes all part-time and temporary work. I didn't even know they included temporary work. That's why these numbers are so high or so low. Let me read off the government definition. This includes all part-time and temporary work as well as regular full-time year-round employment. Individuals are also counted as employed if they have a job at which they did not work during the survey week, whether they were paid or not because they were on vacation. I didn't even know they count temporary jobs, y'all. You're counting temporary jobs. This is interesting. Why does the government count? Who does the government count as employed? Yeah, they count temporary workers. That's really messed up. They're counting temporary workers in these jobs. They didn't used to do that. They didn't used to count temporary workers, and they did not count part-time workers. No wonder you get into the weeds with this stuff. It's interesting. The unemployment rate was always Fugazi. The labor force participation rate is a better number. Geo like I got a lot of people saying, "Hey, is this a good idea or that's a good idea?" Google it. Spend a day researching what you want to do. It's real easy. Brent C, where I work, temps outnumber the full timers. Wow. Erica Williams, ring door sales would go through the roof. Man, one thing I could say for those of you who want to be sure to be working during this recession, security. Some of the houses I looked at are gated. I mean, it's not a gated community. It's just the house has a big gate around it. And just some of the security precautions and stuff I'm seeing are just blowing my mind. That's going to trickle down to regular houses. So internet security, online security, personal security, securing property, all that type of stuff, that's going to be a boom business during this recession because there's going to be a lot of people out here stealing. So that's going to be loss prevention. You know, there's going to be a lot of jobs in that. Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, the first level is you got to figure out what's good for you. Like this is what happened to me. All right, I have a natural propensity for communication. It was manifested in writing, and now it's manifested in YouTube. I am doing something that's in line with my natural tendencies. I'm not going to tell you to go do this or do that if it's not in line with your natural tendencies, because you're going to create a business that you're going to hate. You're going to hate it. Like, you know, I just went through my day, right? Did you ever hear me say, I hate this, I need a day off? Because I love what I do. And I want you to love what you do, and you're going to have to dig into yourself and create your own businesses based upon your personality and your temperament. Johnny Walton, it's already hitting some drivers. Brent C, you like Atlanta. You know, the sharks want stuff that can scale up and make millions so they can get their equity back. But once again, and this is a good point, Erica Williams, Shark Tank passed on Ring doorbell because they don't deal with middle-class moms who order packages or deal with them. Okay. There's a lot of niche businesses that the Fortune 2000 are not going to mess with. So let's say you created a regional delivery service. You know, it's like we deliver from North Carolina to Alabama, or North Carolina to Florida. There's people who want that kind of service because you could say, like, it'll be there next day, figure out the rate, figure out how you can make money. There's so many things you can do if you would think outside of the box. Yeah, Johnny, I got a concealed carry. I don't carry daily, but I'm going to start probably after Christmas. One man's way. I was a Marine Security Forces operator as well as Mark SOQ. I'm all about security. Okay. If that's something you know about, because see, the thing is, when people are hiring folks for security, they like the military types who they know they take this very seriously. So what you do the night one man's way is you sit down and you map out some security type businesses. I mean, and the thing is, you don't have to do the security business. You can just manage it, like this guy, Patrick Prince for Blackwater. He doesn't do that security. Let me make sure. Patrick Prince. Let's see. I know how to find him. Betsy, everyone's looking for him. Eric Prince. Eric Prince is an American businessman, former U.S. Navy SEAL, best known for founding the government services security company Blackwater. Eric Prince, net worth. Jesus. Eric Prince net worth. Eric Prince is an American businessman and former U.S. Navy SEAL who has a net worth of $2.4 billion. Eric Prince was the founder and owner of the military company XE, also known as Blackwater Worldwide, which carried out highly secret. I did not know this dude was a billionaire. How old is? Wait a minute. Let's get into a little Eric Prince's age. He's 49 years old. He's got more money. He got just as much money as Oprah. I did not know that. And you know he's got all the nice guns and stuff. Let's see. Is he on the Forbes list? Good Lord. Didn't know that. Thank you. That really, so. I think you just hit the nail on the head. Yeah, because see, one of the things is, if you do a business that fits with stuff you already know how to do, it doesn't wear you out as learning how to do it, then doing it, then getting customers. That's a lot for one person to handle. Eric wins. Well, do you think people who create service businesses must love it? Like if you broke starting a service business? Well, once again, there's a hustle, which you don't have to love. But if you're starting a business, something that you're going to spend a lot of time in, you need to love it or you're going to hate it. Why create a job for yourself that you hate? That makes no sense. Well, a lot of people do it. I have a friend who's a doctor, hates it, but he's trapped. He can't leave it. That Blackwater mercenary money. Oprah money buys you some great hardware. Brent Singh, hey Glendon, I have $30K. What can you suggest for $1,000 a month income business? First thing, put your $30,000 back in the bank. What you do is you start. I got a whole video on like how to start a service business. You figure out something, and this is the beauty of it. You start it and see if you like it before you start investing in it. I mean, most service businesses you can start for under $1,000. Car wash, easy. Lawn service, easy. Painting service. There's a lot of things you can start off very, very economically, and I recommend that because you don't know if you're going to like it. So why invest a lot of money into it? Oprah money could buy you a machine shop for your own hardware. Oprah money, nice. I ain't gonna say I would turn it down, but Oprah, how old is Oprah? Oprah age. All right, so Oprah is 64 years old and this dude's 49. That's what I'm talking about. Oprah net worth. What is Oprah's net worth? I have no clue. 3.3 billion. So he's worth 2.4 and she's worth 3. Eric Prince can walk out in public and nobody's going to know who he is. Unless those in the private military security. Dude could walk past me. I wouldn't even know who he is. I want you to think about that. This dude can have a life, do all kinds of stuff that Oprah can't do because as soon as you Oprah, hey Oprah, I see you, Oprah. Man, Oprah would get mobbed if she came to Atlanta. But that's very interesting. I know, man. I know, charlatan. Thank you, Ben the bartender. Yeah, because the thing is, one of the things you can do, like I started this business with $250. I didn't really reinvest because I didn't know what the hell I was doing for 2 years. So you got to think of some you like or have a high interest in, and then experiment with it before you start throwing a lot of money at it. I mean, there's so many ways you can make money. So with that, y'all go ahead and super chat it. I'm getting ready to get out of here. And also go below if you need help and get the 30-day to 2,500 free trial, or you can just go ahead and get the 30-day to 2,500 bundle. And be sure to subscribe, be sure to like. And before I do this, I got to make sure that this is kicking before I fade on out, before I go, because you can go ahead and get that Never Broke Action Pack, plus the game how to use it. For everyone that pays full price, 2 to 3 conversations with me about your business with the purchase of the Never Broke Action Pack. This offer begins the 20th of July. So with that, I am going to see you guys later. Welcome to the city of the nonsense. And I'm gonna take y'all out like this. Ride a shotgun alongside the divider, taking a piece of the pie, takes what was provided. We won't be silenced. The path is wide and we found our God here. Blood, sweat, spit, and these bricks for Babylon, made from the dust. These souls we trampled on. You have been caught in the flood. I have been caught in the blood. What you need right now? You have been caught in the flood. Wrapped in the sea right now. You have been caught in the flood. I have been caught in the blood. What you need right now? You have been caught in the flood. Caught in the sea right now. You have been caught in the flood. I have been caught in the blood. What you need right now? You have been caught in the flood. Wrapped in the sea right now. You have been caught in the flood. Caught in the flood. What you need right now? You have been caught in the flood. You have been caught in the flood. You have been caught in the flood. Have been caught, I just see blood. Prophecy, gossip, and stuck to my tongue. I could be locked in this occupant Oculus drug. Opiate open my lungs, taking the life of the young. Reckless the cloth that we cut from. Some hung like the diamonds we love. Martyrs, the martyrs, martyrdom don't run in your family tree like the wind rush. Wash out the sound, we never said much. Don't step out, you might get crushed by the wave that I see. As high as my eye see, like 5,000 feet off the ground. I feel this feeling profound. My soul like dust in the tide. They chanting loud as I drown. You have been caught in the flood. I have been caught in the blood. What you need right now?